Uh, Going solo today. Joe is off on Sunday, but just wrapping up this game, 2 p.m. puck drop time, Central Central time against the Vancouver Canucks. We thought that the Hawks were going to get skated out of the building, but I wasn't too surprised to see that type of hustle, to see that type of contest, that battle against the Canucks today, and that's great to see. But we'll get into that Hawks game and a little Rockford update with some of the prospects really quick. Yeah, so let's start off with the Hawks game today. Start out with these stats, a little numbers on it, but just checking on the effort, right? Like the effort rating. Thought that we skated well, skated with the Canucks, even though they have talent on all four lines there and in their decor, which we went over in the preview. Zadorov, Tyler Myers back there, 6'6" and 6'8", and you definitely saw that size play a factor in today's game. Bit of a chippy game too. Starting out like halfway through the first period, a couple scuffles here and there. Reese Johnson dropped the gloves, but uh, nice little battle. But final score 4-3 Canucks. Not too surprised with the score, but a couple bounces, couple penalties, couple calls. Right, if it goes our way, then I think we easily could have won this one 4-3. Right, uh, coming out on the winning side of this game. But just going over the numbers, 28 shots on goal for the Hawks, leading 26 for the Canucks. Face-off percentage 55.3 for the Canucks, 44.7% for the Hawks. So back at that mid 40 percentage mark. Don't want to be down there, right? A couple games ago, we were steady in the mid 50s to around 50% face-offs, and obviously we don't have the best center depth, right? Just starting with Bedard and Dickinson, they've been sort of successful at the dot, but really the bottom six faceoffs are uh, not finding much success. So that's where our percentage really dips down. And you can see that, right? Like in the O zone, the D zone, we just don't have possession of the puck and we get trapped in the zone. Not great, right? So have to improve that somehow over time, right? It's just gonna develop that way. But on power play, 2 for 4 for the Hawks, 50%. But that's the first time this season where the Hawks scored two power play goals, and that's crazy. Just looking at it, right? Like quarter of the way into the season here, and we can't even get multi goal power play games, right? So that's the first time with two power play goals, but I'll go over those goals soon. 25% for the Canucks, 1 for 4. I believe that was Elias Pettersson. He had a one timer on the right side, and he's going to bury that. He's an elite player, right? Uh, we went over that the other day, but great player. Penalty minutes 23 for the Canucks. Forgot who that was. I believe it was Dakota Joshua, the player that fought Reese Johnson. So he got tacked up with a couple of calls there, but 23 for the Canucks, 13 for the Hawks. Hits tied at 10-10. Block shots, 15 for the Hawks. So like seeing that mid-teens to 20s number, right? Just protecting the crease, protecting the net, helping out the goalie, and that's what you need with this depleted decor, which I'll get into soon. Also, 8 block shots for the Canucks, giveaways 11 Hawks, 1 for the Canucks. So very responsible with the puck. Vancouver is just with their skilled players, like. a couple guys that flashed today, Pedersen, Garland, seemed pretty uh, controlled, with the puck, being responsible with it. JT Miller was pretty impressive there, with a couple flashes down the ice, but they are pretty safe with the puck. Even their decor, moving it up ice, right? Takeaways 12 for the Canucks, 10 for the Hawks. So numbers were pretty much how the game went, right? Even in most spots, but a little lopsided in the takeaways, right? And the giveaways, which is just more skill, right? Throughout that Vancouver lineup, you really see the control, just having puck possession. That's how you win games the smart way, right? Just not getting rid of the puck. You always have it. But looking at the lines for today, it started out at puck drop with Reichel on that top line with Bedard, Kershev. And I think it did rotate on later throughout the game a little, but Reichel did have a decent game where he had some flashes, right? Not crazy on the score sheet, right? 0 points, but thought that he was noticeable. So that's a positive sign, right? And it's just getting on the board now. Like we see with on eye test, right? That he's making plays now and he's engaged all the time. But getting on the score sheet would be really nice, especially because um, we had high expectations for him this year in that top six role, but the numbers are just not there right now. But second line, Beauvillier, Tyler Johnson, Radish, uh, wasn't very noticeable today. That second line, Beauvillier, a couple of good chances there using his speed, and I do like how he plays. Speedy player, gets to the net, carries the puck up ice through the center ice over the blue line, just taking it into the zone. Keeping puck possession, not just dumping and chasing, which we're not chasing, right? We're dumping, but we're not chasing the puck, and that's just giving away puck possession. So I like how Beauvillier plays, and he's probably going to be on that rotation again, but we'll see where he slots in, for future games. But third line, Foligno, Dickinson, Anderson, Donato, Gutman, and Reese Johnson on that fourth line. I thought they had some flashes too. A couple scoring chances. Obviously, Gutman scored one. Nice goal, nice shot. Uh, the decor completely depleted, right? Seth Jones heads to IR. Um, Alex Vlasic is out for right now. He's probably going to be back maybe midweek, l- late into the week, this week coming up. Coach Luke said today, but really need some guys back. Jones, we'll see how long he's out, but I believe it's an upper body injury, so he's on IR. But the pairings today were Phillips, Murphy, Kaiser, Crevier, Roos, Zaitsev. So we called up Kaiser for that Seth Jones injury and Vlasic being out. We brought Kaiser up from Rockford, and I think someone got banged up. Yeah, Connor Murphy got banged up a little, I believe, in that first period at the end. So it would have been unbelievable if he wasn't able to be back because the only other guys that we could call up were, I believe, Ethan Del Mastro and Nolan Allen. So not ideal at all for all these, you know, uh, teenagers, 20-year-old players to be in that NHL lineup right now. Just not a safe environment for their development, right? Let's see here. Yeah, so Mrazek in net thought he had a great game again. Maybe one bounce. he could have made us better effort on. I believe it was like the second or third goal where the Canucks scored in like less than 45 seconds ish. But great game from Mrazek, just showing us again that he can be a valuable piece, possibly at the trade deadline here coming up. But just checking out the scoring from today, Nick Foligno, he goes sicko mode. He gets 2 goals on the day. First goal, about 10 minutes in, good deflection from Joey Anderson, which Joey Anderson does get banged up today, upper body injury, so he will be out. And they will have more details on that tomorrow from Coach Luke. I hope it's something serious because Joey Anderson's been playing really good here since he's been called up on that third line. But Joey Anderson throws it in front of the net. Foligno just deflects it in there. But great goal from him about 10 minutes in. Elias Pettersson, he gets on the board, power play goal about 18 minutes in from JT Miller, Philip Hronik, just going crazy. Those three players really absolute wagon right now. They are supremely skilled. Even like Hronik, which we went over last time, he's going crazy on defense with Quinn Hughes. Didn't notice a lot from Quinn Hughes today. Thought he moved the puck well, but wasn't all over the score sheet, right? Which we like keeping him off the score sheet, and I think that was a big factor today. Just losing by 1 goal here. Quinn Hughes didn't find a way to get on the board. But second period, about 35 seconds in on that power play goal, assisted by Bedard and Khrushchev, Foligno gets that second goal. Great, great shot from Bedard from the top of the circle, the left circle, just throws it on net, and Foligno gets that rebound right in front of Demko today. Was in net for the Canucks, and great goal. Foligno knows how to score. He knows where to score. He knows where to be. Um, Great goal. Dakota Joshua, 3 minutes into that second period, he gets on the board, ties the game at 2-2. Brock Besser, stud this year, and he's always been a good player, but he's showing right now that he could be a uh, an elite goal scorer. He has 23 goals right now. uh, the goal today being his 23rd, so that's awesome for him. But he gets on the board with a pretty good snapshot, about 3 minutes 45 seconds in to that second period. So that's that two in less than a minute type of thing, and that's always backbreaking uh, for any team, right? Ilya Mikheyev, he gets on the board with his 10th goal, assisted by Tyler Myers, Pew Suter, Hawks legend, about 15 minutes into that second period, but he makes the game 4-2. So was getting a little ugly there with the puck possession, right? We just couldn't get the puck back, and they had momentum, but uh, we did find a way to get on the board about 7 minutes in to that third period. Bedard carries it through like 3, 4 defenders. Surprisingly, makes it through the defenders, and he didn't really pass the puck to Cole Gutman, but just sort of lost the puck right to his stick, and he just snipes it top shelf. Past Demko, and Cole Gutman gets on the board there, assisted by Bedard for his second assist of the day. 2 points for Bedsy today. We could all sleep easy, right? Um, 2 more points on the board. 14 assists for Connor. Uh, total. 2 today. Awesome. Love to see it. Anthony Beauvillier also got that secondary assist, and that was his eighth. Um, but we make the game 4-3. We're still down by one. Uh, battled to the very last like 4 seconds, and we lost the puck at the blue line. Um, I, I forgot who it was, but Bedard gets tripped near the blue line, the top left of the left circle there, and he's near the boards, but he was going to find a way to get the puck back on net with about maybe 5 6 seconds left, but gets tripped up, and the puck just it gets out of the zone, and we can't get back in time, and and that's game. But thought we battled t- till the end, right? Lots of chances on net, and I think that's a great effort, great game today for 2 p.m. Central puck drop time. Um, thought we played hard, but would have been awesome to get that win against Vancouver, especially for Bedsy, right? Uh, for the Canucks being his childhood like home team, his team that he grew up watching, and he definitely had an interview today, believed by Ben Pope and more media, but that was definitely a big game for him. Just seeing that team that he's watched all of his life, and then he came out firing from the first period. Thought he was going to get one today, score, but to see two assists on there today against the Canucks, which are an absolute wagon this season, unexpected, right? Um, just from last offseason and going into the season, no one really looked at Vancouver as a hot team, but Quinn Hughes as captain, and with Pedersen, Hronik, a few guys just playing very well. That's that's unexpected, right? And they are a very good team, but we almost had them today. A couple bounces could have went the other way, and we would have been in the winning column. But that pretty much wraps up the Hawks game for today. 4-3 loss today. But looking at the Rockford Ice Hogs really quick, just checking in on some young guys. Also take a loss in Park Ridge or Rosemont over here, losing to the Chicago Wolves 4-3. So same score. This was in overtime. They lost in overtime, but a couple young guys getting on the board. Let's see here. Scoring. Jalen Lipin. He gets on the board in the third period, assisted by Michael Tepley. But Jalen Lipin, surprisingly, that's his first AHL goal. It seems like he's played a little handful of games now, but uh, didn't know that he has not scored yet. But that's great for him because he was an awesome WHL player for the last few years here. I believe he was picked in the sixth or seventh round, so a very late round pick, but uh, a skilled young player, and that's surprising that he only has one goal now. But uh, good to get on the board for him, right? Ethan Dalmasha also gets on the board, assisted by Sini Boris Kachuk. So he's down with Rockford right now. But Ethan Dalmasho scoring from the blue line, right? Our defensive prospect. That's great to see. That is his third goal. And in net for today was Drew Camesso. Now let's see. He was 14 for 16. That sounds weird. That's a low shot game, I guess. Shots on net. Yeah, I believe that's or no, 25 shots on that, but still Drew Camesso gave up 4, but uh solid outing for him, right? He's going to have his ups and downs, and he's just gonna get better down the road here. Very high on Drew Commesso still. Um, Good player, right? And he should be good for us down the line. But that pretty much wraps up the Rockford game with the young guys. And we will be back. Joe and I, we play Tuesday, so we will try to get on tomorrow to preview the Colorado Avalanche game on Tuesday. So I believe they are 19-10 in a few um, overtime, right? Losses, but we will definitely check that out, and that's going to be a fun one for the Avs because last time it was not fun at all with that blowout loss, right? Um, Probably a month ago, right? Towards the beginning of the season there, but should be fun against the Avalanche. Yeah, and that pretty much wraps up the Hawks and Ice Hawks game from today, Sunday, and we will try to be back tomorrow to preview that Avs game for Tuesday. So keep an eye on the Twitter. We always have the updates from the beat and all Hawks and Hogs updates, right? Uh, Instantly, right? Just checking the injuries, and we will definitely keep an eye on that injury for Joey Anderson, Vlasic, Jones. Important to get these guys back, but we will be back possibly tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that, and let's go Hawks.